All right. Just loading in. All right. All right. Hey, Punisher, thanks for the follow, bud. uh, uh, I guess, what soldier are you so I know which one to drop? Or have first sergeant drop you. You know, some push-ups, a little PT.
Major LaFlash, Alpha Company is all present and accounted for, sir.
Oh, outstanding. Post. sure I'm on yelling. There we go. Hear me in the back? Perfect.
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome to April. Um, those that haven't caught on thus far, we are not opening a Bravo company for Rubik's. Though I thought it was a good effort to push that. So I was thinking more like Minecraft or but a lot of things are on the table right now. So brought to you by our public affairs office. I think we all had a little good chuckle on that April Fools. Some over the years, we've had some interesting April Fool's jokes. I'm not going to say them because I don't want to give people some ideas. But there was a time that CID had some fun and bedazzled some things. Uh, with that, entering into the month of April, everybody knows kind of what's ahead. If you haven't checked it out already, brought to you by our public affairs office with Sergeant Cooper and Lieutenant Drake's leadership, produced and released a promotional video today. I won't spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, but it is extremely compelling and simply just awesome. I loved it. Love that we're getting a lot of feedback on it already. Kudos to them. Get out there, check it out. Make sure squad leaders, fire team leaders, this is the basis of what we're going into here. Those that don't know exactly what's happening, April, officially today, we are going to be starting a new operation. We, since December 12th or December 20th, have been stateside, or sorry, in Europe, doing FTXs. In preparation for any real world events that have come along, and finally we have one. So I'll be talking a little bit here in a bit about our new operation, dubbed Operation Blue Giant, that is in the works with us, and a lot of what we've been waiting for and training for, and where we're going to go from here. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. A couple side notes. We do have a couple anniversaries in the month of April, with a Specialist 5s and a Sergeant Winners. Both hit their 1 year time in service on the 19th and the 29th of April here. Those soldiers will be contacted by myself this month, and we'll get your unit anniversary, your 1 year anniversary gift out. Those that are new to our unit that are not aware, we give out anniversary gifts in our group. It's a large dedication of our time, of our, to be a hobby, to be a part of our group, and we want to make sure that we are appreciating those that have served in X amount of time. 1 year is a hell of a feat when you think about online gaming. We also then do 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and then every 5 years from there, and each gift gets a little bit bigger. And so if you're hoping to get to that 15, 20 year, well, we'll see what Lieutenant Drake here can fund up for you. He's still working on that trip to Hawaii for myself. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm told maybe in the next budget. I'm not sure. So congratulations again to 5s and Winners for hitting that 1 year time in service with us. We have a good list of soldiers that were inducted into our unit in the month of March. So we had Sanford, an A Long, a K Long, a J Hunter, Lockton, Kirkwood, Augustin, and Gonzalez are all new soldiers that enlisted with us in the month of March. That's again something that we like to call out, is our new soldiers that enlisted with us. It's your first time probably in our ranks right now, in our formation. We do this every first Sunday of the month unless it lands on the first day. So note next month it's pushed, but welcome to the unit. I hope you so far have been able to meet your team, meet your squad leader, meet your fire team leaders, get out there, conduct that OSET, get through basic training, and then basically start your career with being able to be a full-fledged active duty soldier, and all that entails with it. So congratulations, welcome to the unit. You'll be receiving a message from myself inviting you to what I call brunch with the major that I do once a month with all new soldiers from the prior month that have enlisted. It's just more or less a meet and greet. And last month I had great conversations with the soldiers, and it's just as it is, a meet and greet, about half hour at most. Some other notes from Force Improvement Group. In the month of April here, we currently have 2 advanced training courses on the books, as well as one already happened. Um, we have, well, I guess that was March. We have Land Nav that is on April 14th at 1900 EST. We as well have Airborne School happening on the 30th of April at 1100 EST. I know those are some of the requirements courses to attend our Ranger School here. That's tentatively happening in June, and a lot of people are on the, I guess, wait list for that to happen. So don't let something like Land Nav and Airborne School hold you up. Try to make those courses and be able to be qualified in those 2 events, or those 2 training um, events. Yeah. Um, Other than that, before we get into our promotion and awards ceremony, um, I wanted to take some time to talk about what we're doing here in April, where we're going through, what we're doing. Um, uh, S2, along with Public Affairs, will be releasing, well, they already released the video, but also releasing a little bit of information. If you haven't seen it already, under our Operations Center, being able to um, talk about why we're going into where we're going. So a little bit of, I guess, synopsis of what our duty, why we're going, what we're deploying for. So as you may have heard in that uh, overall video, tensions with the USSR and the Russians have been there always since the mid 40s, just after World War II. Um, Ideally, what's happening for us is that our battalion, the 2nd Infantry Combat Team, 3rd ID Spartans, we're deploying to the southern part of Lithuania, where tensions have been reported to be at new heights. The border needs to be secure. Russian separatists need to be stopped, and PMCs from the Wagner Group eliminated. So some of my commander's intent of what we're deploying for, and what style missions or operational conduct we may need to be ready for, to include, simply taking out and taking care of the local leaders of the Russian separatist group, securing the border and checkpoints from any PMCs, so military or private military contractors, or RS, also the Russian separatists, destroy local cache of weapons, take any hardware that may be found. Intel is vital while we're out there. Um, to be able to pick up those documents on the table, secure that laptop as you room clear, call it up to your COC as vital. Secure the area. Russian separatists are known to commit, theft, murders, human trafficking on civilian populace. They're not exactly good guys. And then, of course, defending cities and villages from being captured by local militants and other terrorist groups, as we have found out in prior operations. I mean, those small, we may be facing a larger force, the RS or the PMCs. Um, Small groups like to take up some advantages as well. So um, keep your eyes open. We'll be talking a little bit more in our leader briefs about what we're going into with our platoon staff. But I extremely look excited and am excited to launch into Operation Blue Giant today. So without further ado, we can kind of jump into our company ceremony um, with having Shade, Dio, and Marsha's on LOA. So Shade or Dio, if you're present, post. I don't think either are.
Tito's not here, sir.
Perfect. All right. So these three soldiers are hereby being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. It's for donating $50 or more in the calendar month of March. In the month of March, we took in $270 into our unit fund, which helps supply our servers, our website. Our unit fund also does our anniversary gifts. So the more there, the more we can splurge on some nice things for our soldiers that have great commitment and dedication to our group. So we have Shade and Dio being awarded this medal with a V device. They donated $100 or more in the calendar month. And then we have Corporal Marsh, which is currently on a military LOA. He donated $50 or more, I believe $70 in the month of March. So if you see these soldiers, thank them. Our unit runs on these donations. If we didn't have donations, our command staff forks that bill, and that's something that I am extremely proud to say that, with I can't recall the last time we had to pay out of our pocket and do donations ourselves or myself. So an outstanding job to soldiers like these three and the hundreds before them that are consistent donators or one-time donations. We have had a couple people ask this month about custom. There's a couple custom uniforms out there, custom backpacks. We do have a thing that is led by PFC Liwa that that if we donate, if a soldier in a calendar year donates $600, so $50 a month is kind of what that equals out to, is awarded, I guess, or gifted a custom uniform like the one I'm wearing, like the one Iricola has, the one Abel has, um, and that's for the financial backing that they provide is that little bit of bling, I guess you can say, in game with a custom uniform as well as a custom rucksack or a backpack. So um, that's something to push for. So I appreciate those that have hit that goal, but then I'm just happy with hitting our monthly goal. So big thank you to those soldiers. Cool.
Hooah.
Cool.
All right, next, this is a fairly large list. So I won't have everybody post. As this will be about 2 to 3 ranks. So we have Strickland, Cunningham, Brock, Tucci, Poltrack, Pendergast, Lang, Grigor, Ayers, Frost, H. McMahon, T. Simmons, J. Lewis, Bills, Franklin, D. McKenzie, Bitar, Seigler, and M. Donnelly. Um, you soldiers are hereby being awarded the Good Conduct Medal. The Good Conduct Medal is awarded every 3 months, so it's one of those just by serving with us, doing what you're supposed to do, good conduct. So you're TPRing, you're posting your TPRs if you can't make it. Otherwise, you're present. You're active in your DMOS duties, and overall, you're here to do what you signed up to do. And obviously, we want to award that and recognize that. So thank you for 3 months of great service, soldiers. Cool.
Hooah.
Cool.
All right. Um, Next up, if I can get Private Kalen post. All right, above face. All right, Private Second Class, you are hereby promoted to the grade and rank of E3 Private First Class. Private First Class is really your first stepping stone in this unit. Outside of a training environment, this is your first promotion. To hit these, we have our requirements of not only just the time in service, time and grade as a Private Second Class, but as well as the activity side of things. And believe it or not, it's one of the more held up ranks along with specialists to get because of just the dedication it needs. It really is that soldier that can push past PFC, push past specialist, and do what they're supposed to do in our group. They're successful in our group. So congratulations on achieving that first one. Look forward to seeing you back up here in another month or so. Oh,
Hooah.
Ooh.
alright. Bellface. Congrats, PFC. Fall back in. Alright, next up, Bills and Dio post. Alright, Bellface. These two soldiers are hereby being awarded the Army Aviation Basic Crew Member Badge. So this is for being a crew chief or a crew member on one of our 3-cab aircraft. This is something that a little backdated for both these, but congratulations. I mean, I know there's several different versions of a crew member's badge as well to hit with time in the aircraft and just kind of how the progression goes. I'm not sure if it's senior then master or master then senior, but congratulations. Let's keep doing what you're doing. Cool.
Ooh.
Hooah.
All right, fall back in. I'm sorry, belt face. Now fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Ivan, Paz, and Toplek post. Office. Stand by 1 second. I think as well, I need fives up here as well. Sorry, if he's present. Bellface. Alrighty. So these 4 soldiers, 2 in front of you, are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal for 6 months in their DMOS. So we have Sergeant Ivan as a drill sergeant in FIG for the last 6 months. We have Paz as a drill instructor for the last 6 months in FIG. Specialist Toplek for uniform updater and multimedia illustrator in our CID for the last 6 months. And then we have Specialist Fives as an RMS in our BMO for the last 6 months. To serve in these bump my mouse. To serve in these DMOSs, any DMOS, is not exactly the flashy side of our unit. It's really the job side of it. This part is the hobby side of it. This is the fun side, the in-game, the combat, the schooling. But the amount of work that these soldiers do on a weekly basis inside any DMOS is phenomenal. And getting up here and recognizing those that excel, whether it's by time in service in a DMOS or later when we talk about some of the other DMOS medals that are only given out for working the admin side of our unit. It doesn't go unnoticed and highly appreciated by everybody. So congratulations, Hua.
Ooh.
About face.
Hooah.
Almost gave me a whiplash there, Sergeant. Whipped around so fast. Fall back in. Oh. All right. Lieutenant Drake, post. All right. About face. All right. The lieutenant here is hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal. This is given to soldiers who complete 365 days time in service or time in grade of time in service with a deployment. So this completed Drake's second year back in March here, which if I recall I missed saying in the anniversary, so I'll say it again. Lieutenant Drake is now 2 years this tour with us. But being able to award him, this is the second one this tour. Again, shows that longevity, shows exactly what we're looking for in our soldiers, and especially in our leaders, is those dedicated soldiers. So, and that is exactly what Lieutenant here is. So, congratulations, Lieutenant. Hua.
Well,
Ooh.
Hurrah.
Cool. First LT.
Belface. Congrats, LT. Fall back in. Next up, if I can get Liwa and Segler post. Buffets. All right. These two soldiers are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E4 specialist. Entering the E4 Mafia is what we call it. To be a specialist, you're an expert. You're an expert in what you do. And both these soldiers excel in their current squads and fire teams, but as well as in our unit throughout DMOS duties, which is one of the requirements to actually achieve the rank of specialist, is serve in a DMOS. Um, Whatever one you can get into at this point. But as well, the clans list voting is one of the requirements as well. It's one of those easy ones that we all hit that vote every day, twice a day, which will be recognizing some soldiers here that do it so damn well that makes me irritated because I can't. But big congratulations to these two, and let's see you do what you do. Hua.
Hurrah.
Balface. Congrats, specialists. Fall back in. All right, next up, a little lengthy of a, I guess, soldiers. So go ahead, post when I call your name. Sergeant Ivanov, Corporal Snyder, Corporal T. Simmons, Specialist Holmes, PFC D. Harris, Private Kelso, Warrant Officer Candidate McMahon, Corporal Bills, and Private Dio. Post. It's like this whole formation just stepped forward. All right, go ahead, about face and cover up a little bit. Straighten out. All right. Let me take a drink of water before reading all these citations. All right. Soldiers that I just listed are hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal, the AAM. Citations as follows. Sergeant Ivan, for exemplary work as acting 2IC of 1st Squad Scorpions in the month of February and March. Their squad leader was on a military LOA. During his squad leader's LOA, helps if I read a little further. Sergeant assumed additional work and responsibilities in preparing Scorpions for deployment, keeping soldiers on track in their development. His leadership in squad drills and FTX stand as an example of excellence within the 3rd Infantry Division Realism unit. We have Corporal Snyder. Took a complete control over the squads injured during a mass CAS event during FTX 15. While Phoenix was engaging hostiles south of the objective, they came under heavy fire from a flanking hostile force. Phoenix took heavy casualties, where Corporal Snyder quickly took over the situation as the squad medic and set up a CCP, coordinated covering fire from the last standing fire team. He's also gone, or he alone got numerous soldiers back up, including their command. Outstanding Corporal. Corporal Simmons for outstanding service as 1st Squad Medic. During Staff Sergeant Vandal's LOA, Corporal Simmons worked consistently in support of Scorpion's leadership and developing soldiers, providing critical training and leadership during casualty care, CCP, and keeping soldiers on task during intense engagements. Corporal. We have Specialist Holmes for actions during FTX 14. Due to his excellent works as a medic, The whole squad survived a first assault on the enemy position when a landmine went off. Those suckers can get you, I know. Outstanding specialist. PFC Harris for constantly has been the sole member of the squad outside of a leadership position that time and time again has met his obligations and has gone above and beyond on several occasions. So outstanding commitment and dedication, PFC. Private Kelso demonstrated his dedication and his leadership's ability or qualities while at the rank of recruit. He was entrusted with the position away outside of his billet that he had to lead his team. During that time, he led his team to victory like he was a natural at it, and I would not be surprised if one day we'll see him in a permanent leadership position. Outstanding, Private. We got Warrant Officer Candidate McMahon for her duties of showing a good understanding of basic flight, as well as showing all the ground effective or all ground positive effects. There it is. Not easy for me to say. Warrant Officer, you're going through your flight training right now. It's outstanding that you're catching on and doing what you can. To a skill set like a pilot is not an easy one to undergo. So outstanding. We got Corporal Bills for his outstanding work within 3 cab, showing that he can run the back of a helicopter or aircraft and support wherever needed. Dio recommend as well due to his outstanding work in 3 cab, also showing that he can help pilots in any way possible. So really just the outstanding work through these 3 out of 3 cab under their new commander of Warrant Officer, or sorry, not anymore, Cadet Frost under his leadership, and seeing what they can do. As you can see, a little bit of all these Warrant Officer or Army achievement is for that achievement of above and beyond style nature. Soldiers that go out of their way, above and beyond their call of what their position is. You can see a lot of leadership style citations in there, as well as a mix of just doing, your job, doing what you're supposed to do in your unit, but doing it at a high level and showing, really setting that example, setting that standard for those of that are going to follow you. So congratulations to these soldiers for being awarded the Army Achievement Medal. Hua.
What?
Ooh.
All right, about face. Congrats, soldiers. Fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get Flanagan, Sergeant Greg, Sergeant Cooper, and Specialist Scanar post. All right, about face. All right, we'll start off with Specialist Flanagan. So these 4 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal, the JSAM, and their citation is as follows. Specialist Flanagan receiving his JSAM. Specialist has been on top of his journalists. Those that know, he is our lead in PAO for our all articles through our website. As a journalist team lead, he tracks all journalists, ensures that there's work for all of them, thinks outside of the box on how we can improve our engagement with articles, and together with Sergeant Cooper and Lieutenant Drake, he's coming up with ideas and high-level tracks to improve the DMOS as a whole. The end goal of PAO is to improve the unit's image. Specialist Flanagan is working on some very neat things behind the scenes that will soon be releasing from Public Affairs. I know since the Specialist took over our article side, there's consistency. There is a fair share. Everybody's doing their part as our journalists. And he's doing an outstanding job, so well deserved there. We have Sergeant Grigor we have Sergeant Cooper, and we have Specialist Scanar. As part of our maintenance team, these 3 soldiers within our electronics maintenance chiefs, these 3 have been working hard to keep all our templates up to date. When they see a problem, they report it and immediately work on fixing the issue so that our maps are working every weekend. The amount of work that goes into just a simple template like this one, our promotion board and our ceremony one, as well as all the work that is needed done not only for the upcoming operation, but then all our FIG templates and what all entails there. Being able to jump on projects and jump on fixing some things. Some things just happen to break all the time. I don't know why, but it's one of those things that we don't really know. But having these 3 dedicated soldiers that know coding left and right and are able to knock it out is amazing. So, congratulations to these 4 soldiers. Noah.
What?
Ooh.
Hooah.
About face. Congratulations, soldiers. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Crawford and Wenzel post.
I don't think Crawford's here, sir.
Copy. Thank you. All right. About face. All right. These 2 soldiers are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of Corporal E4. They are entering that NCO Corps, that junior NCO Corps. Both these soldiers boarded this last month with First Sergeant and his promotion board, and both scored well above, talking almost 15 basis points above where they needed just to hit the corporal rank, which is outstanding to see. Being able to have high quality NCOs in this group is what runs this group. Myself, Lieutenant, and soon Cadet Frost, we don't run this group, this unit. We're officers. We just, bark stuff and muddle in the corner. It's our NCO Corps that runs this unit. And I'm extremely proud and happy to add 2 more of those NCOs to our Corps. Definitely ones that have such high standards as these 2. As well as their leadership within their squads is phenomenal. So congratulations and welcome to the NCOs.
Ooh.
Bellface. Congrats, Corporal. Fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get Garcia and Ivan again, post. Boy, I'm seeing a lot of you, Sergeant. Luckily, your face is pretty. Just saying.
Thank you, sir.
Well, minus that beard. Alright, about face. Alright. These 2 soldiers are up here time and time again. Usually they're accompanied by one other, but we must have had a slip up. I know why though, but these 2 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal for 60 consistent votes on Clan's list. You literally get a medal, everybody, just for voting daily, twice a day, 2 different devices, once on a phone, once on your computer, once on a laptop, whatever, 2 times a day, 7 days a week, 30 consecutive days. And you'll hit that 60 votes and earn the Humanitarian Service Medal. The dedication between these 2 and several others going through is phenomenal. It gets us on the top half of that Clans List ranking page. Some of you in this formation found us due to that Clans List ranking page. So it's a vital tool that everybody needs to help on. If there's only a select few of us that are voting, we wouldn't make it in the top 5, but we are consistently in the top 5, if not top 1 already, throughout the weekends. Is amazing. So, and it's soldiers like these 2 and several others that make that happen. So, congratulations.
Ooh.
Buffface. Congrats, Sergeants. Thanks for your leadership and dedication.
Thank you.
Fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get Sergeant Winters, post. All right, Buffets. All right, Sergeant Winters, you're hereby being awarded the Army Commendation Medal, the ARCOM. Citations as follows: for successfully serving as Scorpion's squad leader from February 15th through March 20th. During this time, Sergeant Winters stepped up and served as a squad leader for 4 squad drills and 4 FTX exercises and 1 company ceremony, while maintaining an average attendance of over 80% attendance for the entire time. His dedication, focus, and determination led to the continued growth in both skill and motivation within all members of his squad. He has showed that he is more than capable of being a successful squad leader and is deserving of that recognition. Sergeant Winters' efforts are a direct result of the success Scorpions has seen. So again, talking about leadership, I mean, being basically that next one up. We have 4 squads, so we have 4 squad leaders. We have 4 2ICs that are really in a short term, boxing it out for the next SL slot. And be able to recognize one of them right now, but then the work that all our 2ICs do is phenomenal. So it's definitely going to be one of those tough decisions by platoon staff to pick that next squad leader when that time comes. But Sergeant Winters, you're constantly up here. You're constantly pushing for better of yourself, which is a sign of a true leader. Is self development as well as motivation and development of his team. So congratulations and well earned. About face. Congrats, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Simmons, T. Simmons, J. Lewis, Gray, and Babel, post. All right. Buffets, cover down a little bit. All right. These 4 soldiers, the 3 in front of you, are hereby being awarded their Air Assault badge. They completed Air Assault school in the month of March and have earned their right to have that skill badge. Air Assault is one task that we don't do enough of, in my opinion. And it's one of those things that our NCOs are etching to go for. And I look forward to seeing what we could do, but the more we have certified, the better we off are, just like airborne school, just like ranger school. The more the better in those terms of things. So congratulations to these 4 for being pinned with their airborne or air assault badge. Sorry.
What?
Right. Airborne next month, I hope. About face. Congratulations. Fall from the sky soon. All right. Fall in. All right. Next up, if I can get myself, Sergeant Vandal, Sergeant Winters, Specialist Kidden, post. All right. Buffets. All right. These 4 very handsome gentlemen are hereby being awarded their Expert Infantry badge. It took me 16 years to get this freaking badge, okay? I have failed this course twice. Just letting everybody know. I failed this course twice, and I finally passed. So congratulations to these 3. Sergeant Winters, Specialist Kidden, and myself are true blue graduates, which is extremely funny because Sergeant Vandal was our cheerleader the entire time. of making sure that we're all true blue. So I just want to call that out there. Sorry, Staff Sergeant. But nonetheless, we had a 50% drop rate this EIB course, led by First Sergeant and his staff. It was extremely difficult. I believe Sergeant Vandal, I believe you're the one that said this is probably the best course you've ever taken in the third ID, in terms of the skill you had to have pass it, the testing, the nerves that you have. While taking it, I felt it too. My wife was behind me, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I passed! I passed!" So it was a great thing to do, and happy to be a part of this graduating class. So congratulations to these three in front of us today. Hua.
Whoa.
Hua.
Dollface. Congrats, soldiers. We did it. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get, let's see, Pendergast and Cooper, post. Buffface. All right, these two NCOs in front of you are top notch. All I gotta say is top notch. The amount of work that both these soldiers do. One is a squad leader. One is our platoon medic for a long time, as well as their DMOS work. Sergeant Pendergast, this operation that we're about to enter is his brainchild once again. This is his second with us for his operation mindset and his geopolitical politics that he just has in his head. It's unbelievable. And then we have Sergeant Cooper for the work that he's done in public affairs since taking over as the NCOIC, but as well as his squad leaders and him leading a squad that was vacated by another great NCO that he had big shoes to fill, and that's something that he did phenomenally and stepped up to the plate and kept that team cohesion and ability to lead from the front and inspire his soldiers. So I'm proud to promote both these soldiers to Staff Sergeant E6. So congratulations. Hua.
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 Both boarded for Staff Sergeant this last month, and again, just like our corporals, knocked it out of the park. They hit their promotion board 11 basis points above of where they needed to be to get Staff Sergeant. So that's phenomenal to have that high of standard for themselves and go out to that promotion board and just kill it. So congratulations. Oh, Bellface.
What?
Congrats, Staff Sergeants. Fall back in. I'll get Sergeant Winters and Kidden back up here. Sorry, I shouldn't have had you guys post before. All right, Bellface. All right. So I'm going to slaughter this again. But these two soldiers, with completing their EIB course, qualify for the French Foyer, the damn French court, all right? I can never say it. Pendergast, can you say it for me, since you're French? Or Liwa. Fougere, there it is, all right. For these soldiers to hit the requirement for this French Fougere chord, they needed at least, I think it's 3 out of 5, or 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5 of the skill badges that we currently offer. So Ranger School, Airborne, Air Assault, EIB, and just being able to get to all these courses, graduate from all these courses, when definitely 2 of them are Ranger School and EIB, that's extremely tough to get those courses. Not only are they not offered very often, but they're also a skill course that is difficult to pass sometimes. So congratulations to these two. Hua.
Hua.
About face. Congratulations, soldiers. fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get Lewa, Cooper, Drake, and Brock post. All right, about face. All right, these 4 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal for their citations as follows. PFC Liwa, after returning from a break, Liwa immediately took up the role again as a 94 Alpha, as if he never was gone. The amount of time he commits to our Corps of Engineers is unheard of in any DMOS. Liwa consistently levels up our in-game experiences and took on some impressive projects, which we are all excited to show off to the rest of the unit. If anyone could be seen as a perfect DMOS member, it's Liwa. His independence, results-driven, conscious, are curious to improve himself, delivers on agreements, and honestly, a JS or Joint Service Commendation Medal doesn't do him justice because he truly is beyond expectations and continues to impress with every contribution. I called it up a little earlier with PFC Liwa on our uniforms, and that's just scratching the surface of what the now specialist does. So a huge commitment that he gives of himself, and we want to make sure it doesn't go unrecognized for himself. And Lieutenant Drake put him up, and is for the Joint Service Commendation. I couldn't agree anymore. It doesn't do him justice, the amount of work that the specialist puts in. So, Sergeant Cooper, um, since the arrival of Lieutenant Drake into public affairs, Sergeant Cooper has been extremely driven to elevate public affairs office as a whole. He has been at the forefront of coming up with new videos on how to achieve the goals the lieutenant has created for public affairs. He inspires by creating high quality content like the trailer that was released live today on YouTube. Little plug there, make sure you go watch that again. Reworking the processes of our broadcast journalists as well or has always been one of his ideas, creating a vision and creating deliverables and evaluating the DMOS in terms of skill and knowledge. That's what it's been as an NCOIC, and that's really what it's all about. And that's something that since taking over as the NCOIC, he's hit the ground running. And now under the leadership of Lieutenant Drake, it's phenomenal. It's a 1-2 punch. So with that, Lieutenant Drake, for his role as OIC of not only COE, but recently as COE and BMO, and he recently came to me and asked what he can do more of for the unit. So seeing his high quality and extensive YouTube page himself that he manages for several years through some sources of games that we will not be talking about, but provided by some other soldiers in this formation. Took it upon himself to take over as public affairs office OIC. Again, his leadership is untouched by the soldiers below him. Just being able to corral everything under the ability of our public affairs. It is the image of our unit. It is our face. It's our website. It is the outside looking in through the windows is what public affair really takes care of. And having high quality videos, high quality articles on our website, engaging, and it's all under the leadership of Lieutenant Drake. So, we also have First Sergeant for his outstanding dedication and excellence portrayed as the NCOIC of FIG for literally years now. The amount of work that goes into FIG, and it's one of our larger DMOSs, as it is one that has more in-game side of it, so it's a little bit more immersive. The amount of training, the amount of training of the soldiers that apply for those courses, but training of the cadre. If we expect our soldiers to be trained in a high level, our cadre needs to be even higher. And seeing that firsthand with going through our expert infantry badge with those cadre that was there really impressed me with what FIG has done. And that's the leadership of First Armed Brock. So congratulations to these four. Well earned, well deserved. And again, just like just like Lee was saying, I mean, it doesn't do you guys justice, the amount of work and excellence that you provide to our DMOSs. So congratulations. Cool.
Whoa.
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 All right, Buffface. Congrats, soldiers. Thanks for your service. Fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get Tucci, post. All right, Buffface. Excellence is a word that I would describe Staff Sergeant Tucci as. He is one that is constantly trying to improve his element. When he was a squad leader of 4th Squad Phoenix, was top notch as one of the strength squads that you always try to achieve every squad to be. So he's really the setter, the standard setter. When First Sergeant moved up into his role, the selection of Staff Sergeant Tucci was honestly it was easy but hard. You had several other qualified soldiers, but then you just stack up the achievements that the Staff Sergeant had throughout his time in this tour. Staff Sergeant, I'm honored to promote you to the grade rank of Sergeant First Class. You completed your promotion board and knocked it out of the park there. Got the score you needed to move forward in your career. This is a rank increase, not necessarily a position. Something that you do as really the 2IC and I guess the wrath behind the lieutenant is hold your troops accountable, and you're there for them. You're constantly in the trenches with your soldiers, developing not only your squad leaders, but also those 2ICs, 3ICs, and getting down and meeting those lower enlisted is something that you've always done and doesn't go unnoticed. So big congratulations on your promotion, Sergeant First Class. Cool.
Whoa.
All right. Oh. Bellface. Congrats on our first class.
Thank you, Major.
Oh, well earned. Fall back in. All right. I got one more to give out. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. All right. So, April starts our second quarter. Hard to believe we already completed one quarter of 2022. And being able to stand up here and thank everybody for a very successful FTX phase of the year. The field training, it's not exactly all that glamorous. You do the hard work of being here, being combat ready and efficient, and ultimately we're not in combat yet. We train and train and train and train to go to war, to go to do our operations. And being that we just finished quarter one, I'm pleased to call up here a soldier that was nominated and voted on by command staff to be the 2022 first quarter soldier of the quarter. So this soldier, a little bit on the soldier of the quarter. We select a soldier out of the element, out of the company, out of the unit, once every 3 months is a quarter. This soldier is top of the top. He is not always an NCO, but sometimes it goes down into, the soldier really just needs to qualify with being a 3 months in the unit, of course, right? It's every 3 months. You got to be here the whole 3 months, as well as be excellent. He excels in every role that they are in. He or she is the example that we want in our soldiers. Um, they serve, they're dedicated, they're here to do what they're supposed to do, which means usually the soldier also has 100% attendance in that entire 3 month time frame. And this soldier is one of those as well. So this soldier is currently only with our unit coming up on 11 months. Um, they have currently served in several billets, anywhere from fire team leader, and have served as a fire team member, have served under some of the great notable NCOs that we called up here today. Um, the soldier is also um, qualified as a jump master, a safety officer in FIG, was. He's qualified as a squad designating marksman, a trained medic, advanced radio comms, ranger qualified, air assault qualified, airborne qualified, and most recently, of course, just like most of us, qualified on our M16. So the soldier that I'm talking about is Mr. Sergeant Cooper, post. So those that haven't met Sergeant Cooper, he is now technically a staff sergeant. Bellface. Uh, he's been up here several times today as well, being awarded multiple ribbons and medals. I can't say enough about Sergeant Cooper and what he provides. I really got to know him a little bit more during the NCOIC of PAO process, and the standard that Sergeant Cooper has for himself is as an excellent soldier. He leads from the front. Traditionally, we do not select squad leaders. That was one of the things that was on that staple. Once they hit that squad leader, it's kind of expected of you. But really, throughout this time frame, it's one of those that he was on several months now, or I should say several quarters, for sure the last 2 to 3 quarters, has been on our radar as one of those soldiers that have been nominated. And once his name came up again, we had to do it. I mean, it's just one of those that the amount that Sergeant Cooper puts into our unit in the DMOSs as his squad leading, and prior to that as a fire team leader as well as medic. I mean, the work he puts in has to be recognized, and I'm honored to officially name him our first quarter of 2022 Soldier of the Quarter, and he's hereby being awarded the Soldier's Medal. So, hooah.
Hooah.
Congratulations. All right, Bellface, Staff Sergeant. Congratulations, and
Thank you,
well
Major.
well earned.
Thank you.
Fall back in. So with
Sorry,
that, so with that, Sergeant Cooper already is going to be a part of our public affairs podcast, but he would be invited as Soldier of the Quarter as well to that, with Lieutenant Drake, and the staff that is pulled for our public affairs podcast. So with that, I mean, we are right on time for ending. I want to say I look forward to the next couple months of our Operation Blue Giant. Again, if you haven't already, get out there and check out that YouTube video that just hit about 2 hours ago, and get excited for it. Squad leaders, hype up that team. Make sure your teams are ready, your squads are ready. There's going to be a lot thrown at us, so we just want to make sure that we're ready to go, and don't get smoked in the face as much. But I look forward to it. And without further ado, Lieutenant Drake, post. All right, take charge. Let's pack this boat up and get on that aircraft to Lithuania. Huh?
Oh,
What?
hi, gentlemen. This is the moment where we can go ahead and prove everything that we've been teaching during the FTX. We can actually put it into action. We can get into this new operation with, a bright new map, a bright new storyline. I hope you guys are really excited for it. I highly recommend you go onto the operations tab on the website and just read a bit of the backstory. We will also be putting out some articles and stuff like that, going deeper into the operation and how it's progressing. So I look forward to that. So yeah, this is where we step into our aircraft, and this is where we will see each other again in, roughly half an hour, 45 minutes. Great work, everyone. Hoa.
Oh, War Eagles. Oh.
What?
All right. Hey, Parker. Parka. Thanks for the subscribe. I'll be live here again in about half hour. Gonna be jumping into our operation and getting to shoot some people in the head. I think we'll see. But thanks for everybody that stopped by. Frost, Punisher, Sickness, Parka, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks.